Hello and welcome to a new video in the R System series. In this video we'll be talking about filling out the service report with overtime. So when you first get into the system, you will see this login page. And in here you put in the credentials for your GroupWise or the ones that you use to log into your computer. And once you do that, the system will load. And as soon as those icons here on this blue bar like this are active, that means you can use those specific sections of the system while it's still loading. So in order to submit a new request, which in our case is a service report, we'll go to new request here, this icon. We will select that, and then we can either select the finance and admin department, since that's what department the service report is under, or we can keep it on all and see all all forms. So we'll go ahead and do that. Select service report with overtime. Once we do that, we will see the following. And here you will go ahead and put in your accounting area and put in your account number. Now you can see here that it will verify for you the information they put in. So this is IT department HO, which is correct for me. Now the next step is, and one thing worth mentioning is this will decide the approval flow. Who gets to attest your service report? So make sure this information is correct. Here I'll go ahead and put my employee number. And once I do that, you will see confirmation of all the data that applies to me. So it's got my name, my ID number, accounting area, and department. Once I have that in, what I need to do next, and this has to be the next step, is you have to decide what year you're filling this out for. Because you can see right now I only have one day to fill in. So don't put in any information right now. You need to first specify the year and the month. So for me, let's do February, and let's do 2016. This is just for testing. And once I put that in, you'll see that our system will generate the correct amount of days for me here. Now once I have that, I need to make sure that I got the correct site selected so that the hours that should be applying to me apply to me. And I can start filling in the service report. So I can say 7:15 is the time in, the time out is 21, and this will calculate the overtime, your break hours, your regular hours based on the month and the site. And one thing worth mentioning is if you worked on multiple account numbers, you can add that other account here. So let's say A3005. And in here, I can say I worked 5 of those hours. And you can see this went down to 4.5 instead of 9, and 5 went to here. And I can say 2 hours of this overtime worked over here, and this will go down to 125. So you can do that up to 2 more account numbers that you can have. Now, you will go ahead and fill out the service report all the way down. If you wanted to put in codes, for example, vacation leave, sick leave, all that stuff, you put it here all the way at the end. So if I had a vacation leave from here, I can do that in this area. And I can say, for example, sick leave is SO. If you're not sure what a code is, down here at the bottom in the summary, you see the code next to what the item is. So vacation leave is VL, travel day is TD, etc. And you can see the count for what I put in. At the bottom, you'll see a summary. Make sure the hours add up correctly. This is the limit based on your employee number. This is how many hours, overtime hours you're allotted. If there are any bonus hours, the payroll account, if they're allowed to, they will assign you the bonus hours as long as there is a remark and attachment that proves that you're allowed those overtime hours. And it's usually signed by someone like a Sardoon that will approve those hours. Once you are done with all this, you will attach all documents that either verify additional overtime hours that you have or any sort of document that needs verification, and you will go ahead and submit the service report by clicking on the submit. Now, if you're just filling this in to save and you want to submit later, you can do that by choosing to save the request. If you save your request at any later date, when you come back and open the system, you can choose this blue folder icon and load in that service report and make any additional changes and then submit it. Once you submit your service report, you will see a reference number here that tells you what reference the service report is referenced as in the system. So if you talk to anybody about this report, it's under reference 310, and you can also view it under your monitor request. So if I go here under my monitor request, 310 will be here. And as we can see, that's 310, and that's the service report that we filled in. Now, one thing to note, the way the service report approval flow works is that the first step is with you, the requester, the person that started this request. That means as soon as you submit your service report for approval, you will need to go into process request, because the first person that is approving this request is you. So you'll go into process request, and you will find that 310, the request that you have, and you will open it. Look over it, make sure everything is correct, and down at the bottom, you can either approve it and have it go directly to this next person, which in my case is MLN or SBE. This is the next attester. If I think it should start with somebody else, either a different supervisor or something, then I can go ahead and delegate instead of approving. So I can delegate and put the initials of whoever it's supposed to be. But in my case, it's actually correct, so I'm going to go ahead and approve that. And when I approve it, in my monitor request, I will see that it is now approved by me, since this is blue and this is the date that I approved it, and now it's with the next attester. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.